Woo! Morning, guys. It is Saturday, February. Let's see. February 5th. Yeah. And yep, day early. But it's a nice day. Did not make it to meet with a group run this morning. I was just tired, out for a bit last night with a kiddo, and yeah, so didn't get up for that. Had to take the dog somewhere this morning, so ran him over there, go straight for a run, and then I'll pick him up later. So far, almost 2 miles in, nice and easy. It's kind of crazy. It is the beginning of February, and shorts, yeah, and just like a long sleeve, thin long sleeve, and a t-shirt. Man, can't beat it. Wow, surprising, and barely any wind. So yeah, we shall see if I run again tomorrow. We're thinking about kind of doing something with the family, so may not run, so I'm just gonna get a few miles in today. So far for the week, I have 18-ish miles, so it's going to be a lower mile week for me this week. And so today, if I can get another 6, that would be great. So total of 8, that'll bring me to 26. And maybe I can get a few tomorrow on the treadmill or something when we get home. I don't know yet, but anywho, yeah, it's a beautiful day. All right, about 3.3 miles in or so. Still moving. These are the trails I like to go to, close to the home, close to the house. And you've seen them on a few other videos, but it's nice. I like it, except for the spot where somebody dumped a bunch of stuff. But anyhow, yeah, nice and easier run today. Nothing crazy. Taking my time. So, had about 5-ish miles or so to go, maybe. Tell you one thing, guys. I've been tired, physically, mentally. I don't know. It's been tough. I mean, work's going good, but I come home exhausted every day. And so props to every other teacher out there, because it isn't, everybody thinks we're just there. We take care of the kids, teach the kids, but it's different this time. I mean, the kids are doing great, but I'm going home more exhausted than I did last year. And it's only February. I mean, one of my co-teachers at school had said something like, it's only February, and they're at the end of the year type of tired right now. And I agree. It's just been tough. I want to be out here. I love being out here. And it's been tough. It has been tough. Sorry, there's sun. It has been a challenge to come out. I mean, not as bad. I love being out here. Don't get me wrong. But just drained. I'm sleeping more than I did last year, a little bit. And I'm more tired. But I think I got to find some kind of balance. That's why I'm out here. But I also have to find a little bit more importance with the family, the kids, the wife, and make sure that I can be there for them and not be out here all the time. Though they know I need this. I need to be out. It kind of helps me. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do here the next bit, is just try to find a good balance. You know, this is training for the 50 mile at Badger, but I haven't even signed up. I'm tired. You know, sometimes I think, man, that's a long way. I don't know if I could do it this time. So I'm just being honest, you know. Yeah, but anyhow, days like this, sunny days out here, beautiful days, and just peace and quiet look. Just like, wow, you know, I'm the only one out here right now, over here. So gives me a little bit of peace and a little kind of serene time for myself, if you can call running serene. But anywho, I just want to let you guys know how I'm really feeling right now, I guess. You know, I do have a lot of teacher friends out there. Guys, much respect, much props to you all. This has been a tough year, but we can do it. All right, we can do it. You know, gotta remember the purpose of what we're doing to help the kids, and I hope all the higher ups remember that. You know, admin, school districts, anyone up there, hope they remember that, hey, we're struggling too, and yeah, think about us as well. All right, guys, check in a bit. All right, guys, 5 miles in, coming down to favorite hill, I guess, with this area. That's a fun one. Sorry about my ranting and raving earlier, just tired. And so, coming from the educational side, I do give props to everyone who's doing it, but I also got to give props to everybody else, no matter what profession you're in, for doing what you got to do right now, for your family, for yourself, for whatever you got to do. So, sending prayers and good vibes to everybody out there who needs it. All right, much love to everyone. So, yep, so here going down the hill. Right now I'm taking it nice and easy. I'm in no rush for anything. I don't need to bomb, but just a nice little pace, you know. Just enjoying it, enjoying gravity, because gotta go up that thing, right? Look around, and if you guys could smell the sagebrush, you know, it smells pretty fresh out here right now. Like I said, with the sun, it's great. And here's our hill. Whew. All right, let me find a right line here. See, I don't think you guys can see how steep it really is. But it's not as steep as the Jeep trails last week. Not even close, not even as long. But it's, for me, it's pretty darn good. So you can see I'm just kind of plugging along out the Jeep trails. There's no way I could do this for this long. Where we came from. Look at that. So, yeah, we're gonna end up over there, across that road, over there somewhere, and head back home in a bit. So, yeah, check in with our totals in a bit. All right, totals: 9.36 miles, an hour 40 and change. So average 10:45 a mile. Elevation 915 feet. Supposed calories a little over 1,000. Average about 165 steps per minute. So I'm good with that, nice and easy. I think my heart rate was average probably a little bit below 140. So it's all right for me. So we'll see if I can get a little bit of miles in tomorrow. I will. So far for the week, I am at almost 28 miles, 27.88. So, all right, we will check in later. If I don't check in tomorrow, you guys have a good week. If not, I'll see you here. Guys, happy Sunday. I am back out running here this afternoon. Beautiful day once again. Low 40s right now, 43-ish when I left. Sunny, very light wind. So plan this somewhere between 7 and 8, depending on if I complete the loop close to home. And yeah, that's it. So another short stay, which is nice. All right, this time we're not going across the street there. We'll stay on this side, up over Thompson Hill, which I'm used to going over. So all right, we'll check in a bit. 4.3 miles in and moving along on the canal here, as you can see. Going all right so far. Going faster than I should be going. This is going to end up being like a tempo-ish run as opposed to an easy run. So, well, at least part of it, right? But anywho, good day. Good day. I'm actually thinking this windbreaker is a little much. I'm getting a little hot, so but good times. We'll check in with the totals in a bit. So I'm done with my run. 8.02 miles. An hour 14. Pace was 9:15 a mile. No stops, no breaks, just kept moving. Like I said, for me that's way fast. So yeah, so that was more like a tempo instead of easy, but it was like a, my gosh, 5 mile tempo. That's like a 45-minute tempo run. So 2 miles easy, 5 miles tempo, and then a little cool down, which wasn't too slow either. So, but yeah, it's good to be out. And oh, totals for the week. Totals for the week. Totals for the week. 35.9 miles. Close to 1,400 feet of elevation. 6 hours, 11 minutes. So, yeah, that was all right. Between yesterday and today. Yesterday was a little over 9. Today was a hair over 8. So, that's good. That's good for me at this point. So, I'm happy with that. So, well, you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you again next week.